Hi, YouTubers. I'm not sure what I have to say other than the more I think about it, I know that for myself, it's only because I really have faith in God, and that's the only reason why I have any measure of sanity, that I have any measure of peace, that I have an ability to walk through the day and take care of myself, take care of what is needed, and to move on to the next hour, the next day, and to, use whatever building blocks are there to better my life. I feel like we live in a time where most people are devolving, and they are becoming stupider, they're becoming more complacent, they're becoming more docile, they're becoming maybe more frightened. Whatever the negative adjective you can give to describe what is happening to people. Right now I'm just focusing on adults. Children are victims, real victims. It's adults that, at least of chronological age, that have some responsibility for the fact that they're ignoring everything that's happening that's going to directly affect future generations. And I really, the more people are in denial, the more people are feeding into the fear, the more people are just apathetic, the more disappointed I get in our species. I do think we can do much better than what we're doing. I listen to some really prominent figures on a daily basis, consciously. I want to. And I read what I can to learn about the world around me. And I really try and find ways of having some positive influence. I'm really finding, though, that I have an intolerance for those who actually know that there are major problems, and they shrug their shoulders at it. I think Martin Luther King said it best when he said that those that accept evil are in it as much as those who perpetuate it. I really don't know any truer statement than that. It's because good men and women do nothing that evil just thrives, and evil escalates, and evil just gets bigger and more pronounced and more in your face. And so I really have no respect whatsoever for those who have knowledge of what is happening, and they get in their little bubble and stay there and make excuses for their inaction. I think it's abhorrent. I think it's just as bad as the evildoers themselves, if not worse. I'd like to shake these people. It's one thing to be completely in fear. I think fear paralyzes. But when people know, and they're in a position where they're comfortable, and they're in their normalcy bias, and they think that everything's hunky-dory, even though they know on an intellectual level that there is widespread suffering. When they shrug, when they say, "Oh, there's nothing that can be done," that's just a cop-out. And for those that actually have the audacity to just say that, subconsciously, consciously, or out loud, shame on you. For those of you that think that the mass slaughter in the Middle East is somehow condonable, and that the children that died here in the shooting are somehow more important. And so the civil rights, the rights that are protected in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and all the amendments of the Constitution, they think, okay, so there's an evil, small group of people that will do repugnant acts and do what society abhors. Then everybody should have their means of protection taken from them, because it might be used for the opposite, to murder. Like, who really in their right mind wants to murder anyone? I certainly don't. The only time that I would use protection is in order to defend my life or the life of my family. I don't know what is so hard about this concept to understand. And people don't know history, or they'll deny history, or they say it doesn't apply to the here and now. I mean, what BS artists? I mean, people, pick up a book, please. Just do a history lesson. Look at what can happen when people cannot, have any means of protecting themselves. What happens to violent crime? What happens, when governments get, too much power? And and just like in current day, you have, globalists, you have eugenicists that are more than happy when the time is right to do what's been done in the past. Wake up. Wake up! Do you love your children? Do you want to see people thrive, or do you want what's coming down the pike? Because on the trajectory that we're on right now, there's only one thing that is certain, and that is wholesale murder.